people don't like being on the jerk list. They don't like feeling the sting of the Han Solo Edition blaster. But before you get angry with me, just remember, ultimately, I didn't put you on this list. You put you on this list. Let it begin! All right, first up, we can get into the Lakers and Celtics series, and we'll get into that in just a second here. But first of all, the Florida Marlins crowd. What a shame that arguably, I know people talk about Barry the Creep Bonds and Roger Clemens, but we've since learned that part of what contributed to their great numbers, very likely they were taking some shots in the Tuchus or somewhere else. That enhanced their numbers. Ken Griffey Jr., though, arguably the greatest player of his era. A. Martinez, true. Ken Griffey Jr., a beautiful stroke.
Yeah, you're throwing the defense, too.
That's exactly right. Oh, hasn't been able to in the latter part of his career, struggled with some injuries. If not for that, maybe we would be talking about him as the all-time home run king. Either way, in Florida the other night, hits his 600th home run. What is that, the fifth guy off the top of my head? I can't think. Is that the sixth guy? I can't think.
Bonds, Aaron, Ruth,
Sosa,
and Griffey, yeah.
So it's five. And either way, a paltry crowd, about $8,000 there to watch it.
Willie Mays, sorry.
And Willie Mays, yeah, that's right. So 6. And it's a terrible crowd there. I hate these otherwise legendary moments happening in front of a shameful crowd. When you watch Mickey Mantle hit his 500th home run and the seats are empty out there in Yankee Stadium, it's terrible. Now for all the time when I see Junior's 600th home run, I got to see that crappy Southern Florida crowd there. Shame on you, Florida Marlins. If you can't support your team, you don't deserve it. In the meantime, let's rename your team the Florida Jerks. All right, next up, Tiger Woods. Going into the U.S. Open, coming back from the knee injury, everybody's all over him as usual. He said the other day, they asked him, what do you think about the Stanley Cup Finals, Detroit or Pittsburgh? He says, who cares? No one watches hockey. Guess what, Tiger? Now I'm going to be rooting for no one to be watching you this weekend because you missed the cut. Take that one, Mr. Fancy Pants. You're a jerk! All right, next up. Matter of fact, let's listen to the Jerk Hotline. Some good calls this week, but we've boiled it down to just one. We just talked to Brian Scalabrine about the fact that I wished him well before the series began. People have speculated that somehow cursed the Lakers and made me a turncoat and a supporter of the Celtics. Best wishes to you, man. All right, enough with that. We straightened it out just a second ago. Anyway, here's one call we got to the Jerk Hotline.
Hi, Dave. This is Kirk from Mission Viejo, and I'd like to nominate everybody that thought your best wishes to Brian Scalabrine was a support for the Celtics. Being polite doesn't change your favorite team or who you're rooting for. So everybody that gave you a hard time, they're jerks.
Thank you. If you wish to weigh in on the Jerk Hotline, 800-4710-710 is the phone number. We'll get back to those throughout the week, and obviously on Wednesdays we'll take a listen to those. And I agree, Scalabrine and I are square now. I hope, A. Martinez, that's good enough for you and anyone else who had an issue with it, and you just felt the sting of the Han Solo Edition blaster for your obstinance there. And, all right, let's get to the Get Out of Jerk free card this week. This is very much like the Get Out of Jail free card in Monopoly. You play it, it buys you out any future jerky behavior, you see. And this week we have 2 Get Out of Jerk free cards. This one comes to us, first of all, a hand-delivered message from the Lakers practice today, delivered by Beto Duran. Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol have delivered this message. They want to give a Get Out of Jerk free card to Sasha Vujacic, who bailed them and the Lakers out last night with his 20 points. If it weren't for him, they wouldn't have won the game, so the series would have been over pretty much. They'd be sitting 3-0 as we speak. And the other Get Out of Jerk free card this week goes to Lady Luck. Who's the greater beneficiary of Lady Luck than Dave Dameshek? The last decade of my life. I move out to L.A. It's on my 38th birthday today. As I look back on the last 9 years of my life, what have I gotten to do? I've gotten to write for a late-night comedy show and flap my gums about sports. What's better than that? Lady Luck, you're the tops, baby doll. You get the Get Out of Jerk free card. All right, let's get to the Creep of the Week. Creep, creep, creep of the week, of the week. He or she is the creep of the week. All right, from Lady Luck getting the Get Out of Jerk free card to the Creep of the Week, Lady Luck's old man, Father Time. I'm 38! All right, 1970, I said already. 1970 is 38 years ago. That doesn't seem that long ago, but 38 years ago before 1970, it was 1932. It was the Depression. I'm an old man. I'm dying away. By the 38 years from now, it'll be 2046. My daughter Oprah will be about to turn 40 herself. My wife will be an old bag. A lot of you are going to be dead. Father Time, you're the creep of the week.
The Jerk List with Dave Dameshek reporting. Until next time, don't be a jerk.